everybody. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of MMA Monday Morning Application, where we take what we learn on Sunday and we apply it to our lives. We talk about how we can apply it to our lives, how we can apply it to our relationship with God and our relationship with others. No, I am not Jeremy Pearson. I'm Tyler Moody, the worship and media pastor here. Jeremy this morning is on his way to Costco to pick up some hot dogs and hamburgers because we're doing a summer cookout this Wednesday night, and I really hope you're there. It's from 6 to 7:30 in the Family Life Center. It's a good time of fellowship, and we as a pastoral staff and just staff are going to serve you guys. So you just get to enjoy the food and the good time and the fellowship. So I hope you're here. Today, I just want to talk to you about week 4, Letters to Leaders. This series has been incredible. It really is true that today we spend millions of dollars and tons of time listening to podcasts and reading books and going to seminars on leadership. So it's been really cool to sit and hear Pastor Steve talk about what true leadership looks like in the house, in the home, in our nation, in the church. And this week was no different. It was a great sermon. I just wanted to pull out a couple things that I'm personally going to be applying to my life, and maybe you can look and see how you can apply them to yours. The first is find a spiritual coach or a mentor. No matter where you are in your walk with Christ, maybe in your business, maybe as a husband or a father, there are people out there who are where you want to be, that are doing it different and many times doing it better. And it's so important for us to be able to take an evaluation of where we are currently and look around and find someone who is where we want to be. Build relationships with those people. If we can't build relationships with them and they're authors or maybe they're just motivational speakers, then go out and consume their material and see how you can put what they're doing into work in your life. And then, of course, ultimately get in the Word of God and find out and look in there and find principles that you can apply to your life. The other thing that really hit me is when Pastor Steve went into talking about setting the example. He said this: command and teach these things. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity. Set the example. It's so important and so good. Each and every one of us, if we've learned anything in this series or in life, we are leaders in some capacity. Whether you're a business owner, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a husband or a father or a wife and a mother, you are leading. Everyone is leading someone, and it's up to us to set the example, to be the example. You know, it's cliche. I know you've heard this before, but it's so true. You may be the only Jesus that people in your family or people around you ever see. They may not go to church, they may not read the Bible, but they get to see Jesus in the example that you and I set. We are all leaders. Now, when he goes forward in this point, he talks about habits. Your habits develop your character, and your character becomes a witness to the world. If we're going to set a godly example, if we're going to be godly leaders, we must have godly character. And character, I have heard defined before as who you are. Your character is who you are when nobody's looking. That can hit some of us hard. They say who we are when nobody's looking. Well, how do we develop godly character? Well, we got to develop godly habits. And some of that can come from what we talked about earlier, finding people who are where you want to be in your walk with Christ, that have a great relationship with Christ, and ask them what they do. What's their morning routine? How do they set apart time for God? What do they do as far as devotion and reading? What are they reading now? And begin to apply those habits to your life, because if you apply those godly habits, you'll develop godly character, and you'll be able to set the example not only in your home, but in leading in church, in leading in the community, and even if God calls you to lead somewhere in the nation. So it was a great week. great time of worship, great time of just fellowship yesterday, and let's just apply these principles to our lives. We're all leading someone, and it's awesome that God uses you and I, even where we currently are, but we can all go forward. Um, yeah, it's a great time yesterday. I'm so glad that you joined us today. This has been MMA, and we'll see you next week.